Hey, how's it going? This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of the creditrepairshop.com, and I wanted to talk about what debt collectors can do to you legally. Everybody talks about what they can't do, and I want to talk about what they can do so you can counteract it and stop them from doing things to you that they legally can do. Um, so what I want to do here is I'm going to start with number one because people are being hit up really hard right now by debt collectors. There's a lot of debt that's being sold on the market to third party debt collectors, and they are going straight into, well, some of them are going straight into suing people in court because they've made it a lot easier with doing virtual hearings. And so they've made it a lot easier for them to uh, upload documents and start a lawsuit without having to actually visit the courthouse. So they just have to make a determination on if they want to go ahead and pursue it. And I've always told you how they determine that is by looking at your credit reports, and they can look at your job, they can look at the other bills that you're paying, they can look at if you own a home or don't own a home, and they can make determinations on if they believe that if they invested the money and time into collecting the debt that you owe, that they have uh, a good opportunity of collecting that debt. So let's first go into number one. They can seek payment on expiration of outdated debt. Um, they cannot do it if they don't disclose it to you. They cannot do it if you know that the debt is past the statute of limitations. But a lot of people don't know it, and what they end up doing is they end up making a payment and they reauthorize the debt. They start over the 7 year the statute of limitations. Forgive me, the statute of limitations, which is different for every state. And if you go to my website, thecreditrepairshop.com, go to the blog, and you will see that I have the statute of limitations for every state uh, in the United States for statute of limitations on legally collecting debt. Now, they can do it if you want to pay it, and they'll say things like you have a moral obligation, or morally you can pay, but legally you don't have to pay. They've actually said this to people, and because people are so emotional when the debt collector is attempting to collect the debt, they kind of don't hear it. And I've even had it where we've called a debt collector and punched in the individual social security number or the last four of the social security number, and they looked up the account and it had a message that said that you do not have to legally pay the debt, but they used a different terminology. They said this is a time barred debt that we are attempting to collect, and then you can be if you punch zero, you'll be connected with an agent. Time barred mean that it's past statute of limitations, so you do not have to pay it, but they can legally collect it. So now let's go into number two. They can pressure you into paying a debt. Now they can't threaten you into paying a debt. This is this is like walking that tight wire. One side is threatening someone, one side is just applying pressure. Applying pressure means that they can send letters to you in the mail. They can call you over and over unless you tell them that you want them to cease all phone calls to you and to only communicate with you in writing. They can continue to do that as long as they are not threatening you. Now, they cannot threaten to sue you if they are not intending to take you to court. That is something that a lot of people do not know. They cannot threaten to sue you if they do not take you to court. Now, number three here is they can sue you for payment on a debt if not past statute of limitations. Now, this is kind of crazy because they can actually try to sue you for a debt, but if you do not know that it's past statute of limitations, you're going to actually allow them to sue you for a debt that is past statute of limitations. So, and what I see happen with dealing with customers is that a customer will give them permission by either making a small payment, or they're saying that they do owe the debt and they don't know their rights, that if it's past statute of limitations, and they end up getting sued for a debt that they could not get sued for. But if we go by the book, they cannot sue you for a debt that's past statute of limitations. What most debt collection companies will do is they'll just keep contacting you and keep reselling the debt to other debt collectors, hoping to have a possibility of collecting that debt that is past statute of limitations. Number four, they can sell your debt to another debt collector. They can do this over and over and over and over again, as many times as is well, many times as possible. What I see happen is that you have the debt portfolio companies that buy debt, and then they'll sell it to a debt collector, and they will also buy that uncollected debt from the debt collector back and package it up in another portfolio. So they will be the ones that will actually sell the debt to another debt collector. The debt collectors normally don't really sell it to another debt collector. They'll just sell it back to the portfolio provider. Now, they can negotiate what you owe for a smaller amount. They do, because they own the debt. They can negotiate it and settle it for whatever they want to settle it for. Because they're getting it for pennies on a dollar, they will usually, um, you know, always settle it, especially if it's going to save them time and money from taking someone to court. Number six here is that they do have a right to do a debt 1099-C debt cancellation to the IRS, but I do not fully agree with them being able to do this because they did not purchase the debt and have a true loss of the amount that they try to claim on the 1099-C cancellation of debt to the IRS. So if you are ever uh, given a 1099-C for a debt that you either settled with a debt collector, or where they just said we're not going to go after it and they're trying to get a full write-off, you should immediately um, ask the IRS to review that filing by the debt collector, because you do not believe that they were harmed with an actual $10,000, uh, where you owe them $10,000, where they loaned you $10,000. So this is very touchy. Uh, we've been seeing this happen with debt collectors, and you should do that. Even if you're going to get a waiver, you should still do it so you can stop them from doing it to other people. All right, so I'm going to end the video here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. If please like this video here, and also if you need to get your credit reports, go to the number 3scores.com. I'll put that here, and the link is below this video. If you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com, and make sure to watch the video, What Makes Us Different. If you can follow that process, we'd love to have you as a customer. If you can't, please, there's other choices out there in the market. We cannot guarantee how fast your credit will be repaired. Everyone's file is different, and we just cannot guarantee that. So please understand that. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. And thank you again. This is Stephen A. Williams, President and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.